watching Let's Chat.
As we continue on this Monday morning, we're going to have a few minutes here to spend with Coach Maurice Saliba talking about My Best Me. What's a Monday without Coach Maurice? Maurice Saliba, good morning.
Good morning to you, Chip. Thank you so much, buddy.
I was very intrigued when I saw the topic of this morning's conversation, and it is about immune aging. Two questions here. What is immune aging, and how do we combat that?
Yeah, a couple of things, Chip. This is interesting. The study just came out last week, and they studied this on over 19,000 people. It was about 19,200 people in multiple colleges, and they found, now we know as we age, our immune system is going to weaken a little bit, and that's just part of aging.
Right.
But what they're saying is two things. They're saying, number one, immune system deteriorates a lot faster if you're, here we go again, if you're not active and eating healthy. For example, what they found was, and I'm just going to read this real quickly, research found that the intensively and moderately active male produced more antibodies in response to vaccination than the least active male. And number two, the more active males had higher serum concentration of antibodies to some flu strains even before they underwent vaccination. This is extremely important. If you're 50, 60 plus years of age and you feel like your health is starting to deteriorate, your energy is not the same, you're not responding the same as the years prior, it could be because you're not being active, and it could be because you're not following the Mediterranean diet, which this study suggests.
I'm going back here to something you said a moment ago, that if you are active and you do your part in combating this immune aging, it could help either deflect or reduce the flu. And in talking with doctors, pharmacists, and people in the know, they're anticipating the flu season this year to be even worse.
Right.
There's going to be two significant flu strains. Both of them are supposedly worse than what we have seen in the past couple of years. Plus, we're still in the middle of this pandemic. The two of those together, you need every single advantage that you can get.
Absolutely. And Chip, what we're talking about is 30 minutes a day of movement. Just even if you do them in 10 minutes increments, 10 minutes increments, drink your 64 ounces of water, and 80% of the time eat the healthy food. You know what they are, your vegetables, your fruits, your fish. If you just do those simple principles that I just went over, it can make a huge difference this coming winter when it comes to the flu and the COVID-19.
And it's been a long time since I've had the flu, and I hope it's a long time before I get it again. But you know how physically draining the flu can make you feel. And again, you need every possible advantage to help combat that, because once you get above a certain age, the flu is not just making you sick, it's not just knocking you out of work for a few days. In many cases, it's fatal.
Absolutely, Chip. And one last thing, what they're saying is because of also all the inflammation in our bodies, for example, diabetes is a form of inflammation, arthritis is a form of inflammation. Every time we're taking a medication for some form of inflammation, it's weakening the immune system. So movement, eating healthy, drinking water can help combat a lot of those things.
All right, what about over-the-counter supplements? Do they work?
They work only in laboratories when studied in tubes. A lot of the studies don't show that. So they've been tested on people, and nothing out there really shows that you can take a supplement to help slow down aging and decrease inflammation. We have not seen true studies behind any of that.
I want to ask you also about taking aspirin every day. Some medical folks say it's a good idea, others say absolutely not. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, of course, always check with your doctor first. This is very alarming. It came out in the medical news just this weekend, and it said a recent study found that healthy older adults who took a daily or low dose of aspirin were at higher risk of receiving a diagnosis of advanced cancers and dying from cancer than those who took placebo. As a matter of fact, as much as 19% of the folks that when they were doing the study, 19% of the folks that were taking aspirin every day actually died due to cancer, or were diagnosed with cancer, I should say, forgive me. So they're saying be careful with the aspirin theory. Please consult with your doctor, especially if cancer runs in your family or if you had cancer in prior years. You really want to talk to your doctor about this. This is very alarming because aspirin has been promoted for decades to be one of the best things we can take on a daily basis.
All right, want to find out about some of the things and services that you and your wife are offering together. We've only got about 60 seconds or so left. Fill us in.
Yeah, my wife, Darlene, has exclusive fitness in Hickson, Tennessee, Saudi Daisy to be exact. I'm still learning the difference. And she offers one-on-one personal training. And, of course, I do corporate wellness, and I also help her with the nutrition plan. So if you're looking for, the whole package, nutrition, exercise, motivation, and we'll work with your budgets as well, let us know. Reach out to me, and or if your company's looking for a wellness coach, would love to be there to help out.
And it's amazing how when you feel much better physically, you also feel much better mentally and emotionally. And Coach Maurice and his wife Darlene can help you get there on both counts. It's an amazing, amazing piece of work that you and your wife are doing, Coach Maurice. We thank you very much. Now, I'm going to get you to get a pen and a piece of paper and write down this phone number. It is 888-988-9911. Again, 888-988-9911. The website, of course, bridge2healthandwellness.com. Coach Maurice and his wife Darlene, they can hook you up, whether it's you and your significant other, or you and the entire office. Coach Maurice Saliba, thank you very much.
Thank you, Chip.
We'll check in with Coach Maurice Saliba again next Monday morning. We thank you for spending some time here with us on Let's Chat. Make sure and join Kay Blevins and me later on today at noon. Of course, it's busy down in the tropics between Laura and Marco. We'll talk about that and the latest in the top stories today at noon.